Hey, this is Dr. Dean. Thanks for joining me. I am the founder of Global Trade Titans, rooms that trade truthfully, transparently, and profitably. By way of background, I have a bachelor's in biology, master's and PhD in molecular genetics. I studied at Villanova for a while, did fellowships at Columbia and Yale medical schools, got my MBA at Boston University, and a law degree as well. All that was no match for the marketing messages and promotional claims of Secrets of Traders, now called Trading Advantage, that sold me a $5,000 package in 2009 that basically failed me as soon as I tried to use it. I got a nice bag out of it. I also bought a $1,500 2-year membership, and I got these kinds of printouts every day from Dan O'Brien, the head trader. They look like this. The room hardly made any money at all. So when I was offered an editorship at Market Clips, where I did weekly evaluations of rooms, the first one I did was evaluate Trading Advantage as a room to avoid that made no money. Unfortunately, I also bought a package in 2010 for $3,900 from Trade Desk that was equally useless, and I published a paper on that as well. Now, besides those 2 papers, I have over 51 papers published, a dozen in Futures Truth, Trader Planet, 26 in Market Clips, Stocks and Commodities. And in fact, I formed my own journal called Enlightened Futures Trading. First journal came out, the second, the third one's being built now. And there's a special offer at the end of this video if you want to get a free copy, so stay tuned. So here we go. The greatest insights I have: in order to understand what is up, you must understand what is down, because the futures industry has many dark sides, and I'm going to point those out to you. Let's get started. The first one is that there's a massive number of rooms in rampant growth. Now, this may not seem like a difficulty, but it is. Let me show you why. I did my first survey in early 2012. I found slightly under 50 rooms. Subsequent surveys showed this kind of growth, and this kind of growth, and this, and this. There are now 1,303 rooms. Now, I have a master list in ascending alphabetical order showing if the rooms are sales rooms, or if they have a track record, or if they're completely out of business entirely, meaning that their domain name is for sale. So how do they form so fast? Literally 1 a day, 30 a month. It goes to hurdle rate. Let me tell you how that works. Let's say you want to start a floor polishing business. So you put in an advertisement in Craigslist, you get your first call, you rent a floor polisher, you buy a pad, and for $20 you're in business. There you go. Let's say you want to do a pizzeria business. Well, you need a pizzeria, so you need tables and ovens and chairs, menus, you need permits, remodeling, and for $500,000 you can form your first pie. So futures trade rooms, are they more like a floor polishing business or a pizzeria? Right. They're exactly like a floor polishing business. Very easy to form and cheap. And many rooms like these simply change into something new, like these. There we go. And some rooms, like Simon's room, goes from one to another to another. Smart room, Pro Live, to your trading tray. They just keep changing. And all of these rooms are tradeless trade rooms. I'll explain to you what that is in a minute. So let's just knock these down. So there's a massive number of rooms in rampant growth. Now here's the problem for you. Generating these rooms is relentless. The choices you have is overwhelming. And they have duplicates and triplicates. They always invite you to spend a week. It takes 25 years. And doing room evaluations falls under the law of diminishing returns. Let me tell you why. Let's say I did 1 room evaluation a day for 30 days. At the end of 1 month, I'd be 1 month behind. There'd be 30 more rooms. You could just never catch up. So how do you fix all of that? Select only truthful and transparent and profitable trade rooms that trade. So how do we do that? Second insight, be aware that 96% of these 1,300 rooms are all vendor, no trader. What does that mean? Here I am back in 2012. For all those feeble-minded people that have posted, it's impossible for me to be in 4 rooms at once, take a look. Take extra time if you need to understand. Viper Room, right here, a GoToWebinar. Trader Shark, Shark Den, I was in there for 6 months. Day trading the futures at Hotcom, just a terrible platform, by the way, for 3 months. And Strategy Lab out of IRC Freenode. There he is. You can see Alpha Wave in the wings. It was here in the Strategy Lab that M.A. Perry told me the concept of all vendor, no trader, meaning rooms that only sold for a living, did not trade, never would, and we had some fun with that. So what do you call a trade room that there is no trading? A driving school where there's no driving. A dance studio where there's no dancing. Bank where there's no banking. Ridiculous, isn't it? So out of the 1,303 rooms, 1,250 are sales rooms. All vendor, no trader. Let's give you a little test, shall we? Here's 90, 100 rooms. Which ones are real trade rooms, show trades in real time, and have a track record? Having trouble? I'll add some more in. Any better? When I look at all these rooms, here's what I see. Yeah, simple machine, the screw. Except for one in that group, Trade for Greatness, the only one that has a track record and shows her trades in real time. So the vast majority of these rooms only sell. They do not trade. They have famous traders, they have famous slogans and so on, but they don't trade. And they try to trick you with what I call tradeless trades. Trades that are called verbally, drawing, circles, smoke signals, tom-toms, you name it. Let me give you an example. Ace trades. In my master list, Ace comes in at number 30. So I'm going to put a 30 up there. This is a screenshot of Ace trades. Sells posted. Oh, good. So what's his fill price? How many contracts? What's his profit loss now? He calls this a live trade room. That's just ridiculous. These are just arrows. And he gets 5 points. I give that an F. Diamond setups coming at 233. This is a chat room, not a trade room. There's no live trades at all. Same thing with Day Trade Exchange, Felton Trader. Fibonacci Trading Institute at 342. Let's take a look. Here I am again, 4 rooms. This is just a few weeks ago. The newest trade Titan's up here. I'm in his room for 2 months. There he is. Bob Amico's room, 16 months. Hubba hubba. Polaris Train Group under David Dubé, right there. And the Fibofoppi Tradeless Gang. There they are. Let's take a look at the screen. Here we are. This is what I saw. See these arrows? See these lines? Good. What's the actual fill price? How many contracts? Slippage? These are tradeless trades. There is no entry. There is no execution. The track record from Fibonacci Institute. See January 28 trades? What are the number of contracts per trade? Don't know. What's the average profit loss per trade? Don't know. At target 1, what's the profit? Don't know. Profit per day. This is really the tradeless room line interpretation group. Why is that? This is tradeless trades. There are no trades here. They're just lines, arrows, and lines. The Ganache code coming in at 408. Here's a picture of his screenshot. Now, he sent me an email and said, I don't run a trade room and I don't go out trades. All right. I have never done that. I never advertised for that. I never plan to do that. What I call the never, never, never email. So I call his trades scratch and sniff trades. But I have some good news for you. I have recently exhumed the bodies of Fibonacci and Gann. Here they are meeting for the first time, having dinner. That's Fibonacci on the left, and they had spaghetti, because as you know, Fibonacci's Italian. They had a hard time chewing them. And Fibonacci pointed out the fact that there's a Fibonacci ratio on our fingers, and we can use that at all times. The next morning we had breakfast. Fibonacci's on the left having Count Chocula, Gann's on the right with Fruit Brutes, and we're going to do a new Ganache code very, very soon. Isn't that exciting? You can see it in my video, Fibonacci Fabulous. I also did a video on Mentors to Market, coming in at 626, and Stock Swoosh, and the Traders Institute at 1002. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Screenshot back in March. It says it made 166 ticks with minimal trading. How about no trading? You see the actual fill price anywhere? Number of contracts, slippage? I was in that room for 8 months. This is where he puts his trades, right here, in a chat box. So I typed in Cancel my dentist appointment. You know what happened? Nothing. Nothing. I try to buy oil now, please. Nothing. Why is that? Because typing in a chat box is not trading. It's typing. Trade, let's trade. Give it an F. And order flow. I was in Maria's room for 3 months. She doesn't trade. Tradeless trades. Now, tradingschools.org is a site that evaluates trade rooms run by Emmett Moore, but I'm going to tell you something. It is really a sales room. Let me show you why. I was on a site. I saw this advertisement for Jefferson Place condominiums. That's odd. I saw one for Marriott Visa checkout. That was odd. So I took screenshots of all the advertisements he had. Here they are. And just a few days before, I was looking at sites that did email cleanup, and presto, on his site was such a linkage. Must attract me somehow. Why does he do this? He does it for money, of course. So in my video, Mentors to Market, I claimed that tradingschools.org was a sales room, and I showed these advertisements. And you know what happened? Emmett Moore took them down. Just a few days later. So sensitive, don't you think? Now, that's not it, though. He has on his front page this. B12 Trader, 5-star, verified performance. All right, learn what really works. Let's find out, shall we? I went to B12 Trader, picked up trading performance, took a screenshot. Here it is. Now, you have to understand they trade mostly stocks, not futures. And each trade is $20,000. Not 5, not 10, 20. And since they buy stocks, they may hold them for 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So they have multiple overlapping trades on at once, requiring a total account of $140,000. All right. November, they lost $10,000. December, they made $1,400. In fact, for the year, shown right here, they lost $3,695 on a $140,000 account. That's just terrible. And what does he give that room? 5-star rating. Why does he do that? Money, of course. I give it an F. So realize that sales rooms will do what is ever in their best interest, not for you. So how do you get around all this? You must be able to see, verify, and replicate trades in real time. Sales rooms don't trade. And so if you hold them to that standard, you'll know they're a sales room and you can step aside. All vendor, all trader also don't have a track record. Rooms that don't have a track record, and we're talking 1,250 of them now, have a torrent of excuses. The most common one is against the law. All right. The CFTC frowns on it. Like they have like eyebrows frowns. Or records are confidential. Just plain stupid. Now here I am, back in 2012, 4 rooms at once. Don't get excited. Alpha Wave, I was in that room for 7 months originally. Rockwell, whoa, that line got excited. Rockwell trading there. E-main professor for 4 months. There he is, room 1. And Beyond Profile. And Rick Vanicki right there. There was a lawyer in that room, a commodities lawyer, who showed me clearly, precisely, and definitely there is no rule, regulation, or federal law that prohibits the posting of track records. All right. Thank you, Beyond Profile. So if it's not against the law, I did a video called Track Records, and basically you have to understand if there's no law or regulation, why it's the most common excuse. Well, either the 1,250 rooms are too stupid to know it's not against the law, or they hope that you're too stupid to know and they don't have to explain to you that it's a lie. Pick one, pick both, I don't care. And there's another 30 rooms that are just dumber than dumb, like Chris Rock calls just plain ignorant. And that's in my video called We Ain't Got No Stinking Track Record. How do you get around this then? Insist on seeing a detailed track record that matches the trades you see in real time. Last insight. Who pays for all this shenanigans and worthless stuff? Not only the sites, but marketing, optimization, graphics, campaign strategies, salaries, right? Contractors, seminars, platforms, data feeds. The human ATMs out there. Who is that? Yeah, it's us, the retail traders. So how do we get around all this? Seek only these rooms. I call them Global Trade Titans. There are 9 right now. The 10th one is in the wings. I recommend them after months of study, not days, not weeks. How trivial, months. I've dropped 13 rooms over the years. I summarily reject 99% of all the sites I see. I have no advertisements on Global Trade Titans. I trade at Titans with phalanx modeling, and I trade real money. Remember the special offer? Here's what you need to do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just click there and you'll be there. Send me one best and one worst room. Surely you must have 5 of each, but send one. And you get a complimentary copy of the next publication, which has the 20 most creative futures rooms. Creative is just a nice way of saying outrageous. Polaris Trading Methods by David Dubay, and an executive summary of newest Trade Titan. So this is Dr. Dean. As always, thanks for listening. Agree or disagree, let me know. Remember, the more you know. Take care. Bye-bye.